What is up, everybody? Hope you're doing great. Today, I've got a story to share with you. I want to take you back in time when Troy was out, looking to date, looking to meet the girl, and learning some lessons along the way. And I just want to share this with you because I think there's a lot to unpack that can help us all. Not only those who are looking to date or understand relationships in a different way, but also just in life will be able to apply some of these principles. So make sure you stick around till the end because I want to share with you some key takeaways that we can apply to our situation today to get things moving in a brighter and better direction, as you will see from this little story. Back in the day when I used to hang out with my friends, we'd go out, we'd go to the clubs or the bars, different things like that, because those were the social settings we were looking to, A, have a good time, and B, maybe meet a gal, right? And along that journey, we kind of like came across this little scenario where we would find these girls at times who seemed to be out of our league, right? Like, you'd come across this one like, damn, like she is gorgeous, or whatever it is, right? And we started to identify this individual as our dream girl. So like myself and my roommate and another couple friends, we each had like these dream girls. And we didn't necessarily know who's like each other's were because you'd meet them. Maybe it was at the gym one day. You'd be like, man, damn, like that's the dream girl. And remind you, I'm just taking you back on the day. This is like, I'm young. I'm probably, 19, something like that. And, at the time, I didn't have the depth or understanding to like really on look at the whole package of what someone is presenting within a relationship. So I was just looking for some surface level type stuff. Let's just call it for what it is. And so I had come across this gal. I don't remember exactly where I saw her first, but I was like, man, this is like my dream girl. This chick is smoking hot, all whatever. And and so every now and then we go out, and I remember I'd see her every now and then. I'm like, oh damn, there's Dream Girl. And my friends be like, oh what, dude, that's her. I'm like, yeah, that's her. And so one night we go out, and for whatever reason, I'm like, damn, there's Dream Girl. She's here. It was a dance club, I remember, and I was like, damn, she's here. And for whatever reason, I had enough courage to go up and talk to her and get her phone number. That was my goal, right? And this is, back in the day, there wasn't even social media wasn't around. You didn't really even text. There was text, but it was somewhat rudimentary at the time. So the phone number was like the thing, right? That was the ticket to get to the next step. Mm. Got to rock some of that kombucha. You know how I do it. Keep it clean, keep things moving. So I roll up, bang, come up on her, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Boom, introduce myself, Troy, bop, bop, bop. And I was wondering if I could get your phone number. And so lo and behold, she says yes. She gives me her phone number, and I think I just put in my phone or whatever, how we do it. But I was very nervous, like overwhelmingly nervous at the time, I remember. But for whatever reason, I was able to stay just loose enough to be able to engage that conversation. She gives me her phone number. And then right after she gives me her phone number, I stop and I thank her. And I say, thank you so much for giving me your phone number. And it was really hard. I was like really nervous to come over and talk to you. But I just want to thank you for like giving me your number. And I'm pretty sure like I might have even like shook her hand. Like, thank you, for giving me your number. And I mean, I hope you can see, and I'm sure you can, how ridiculous that started to look and feel. And so as I'm like turning around and walking away, I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, I just switched into some buffoon, and thanked her for her phone number, shook her hand, acted super awkward, and walked away, and dropped any confidence that I had. And so, without, I'm sure you can predict the future from there. I messaged her the next day, or called her, I think, got a voicemail, never heard back from her, and that was the end of Dream Girl. And big picture, probably a good thing. I didn't even know anything about Dream Girl, other than that she was attractive and I thought she was super cute. That was it, right? So, but I like had to unpack that, right, and think like, dude, what the hell? Like, what was the friction that created that situation, right? And what I've learned over time is that when we attach ourselves to like a goal or an outcome, it creates anxiety and fear, right? Because we're perceiving the outcome before it even starts. Like, so think of that situation, right? So I had an attachment to the outcome. The outcome is I want to get her phone number, right? Uh, and then the attachment beyond that was I want this girl to like me. Attachment beyond that, I want to date her. I want to, who freaking knows, right? Just on and on and on. But what I believe is at the end of the day, the women choose the men, right? Like there has to be mutual interest, obviously, but we can't force anything. You can't make anything happen. The woman ultimately has to choose you, right? So I was essentially trying too hard. I was pushing too far. And so if I had went up without attachment, when you have attachment, like think of the energy of that. It's like contracted, it's controlling, right? We want to control the energy, control the outcome. But if we're detached from the outcome, like if I was like, oh wow, there's like a really attractive girl, or there's that girl I've seen that, keeps showing up here and there, and I seem to be, strongly attracted to her. Why don't I just rap with her a little bit, learn more about her, say what's up, different energy. You can even hear it in my voice probably, right? Just more relaxed. You go up, you're like, hey, what's up? I'm Troy. Yeah, I noticed you work out at this place, or I've seen you here, blah, blah, blah. Cool, you guys having fun tonight? Awesome. Well, hey, I just wanted to say what's up. My name's Troy. Hopefully I'll see you around. And kind of just even leave it at that, right? Just peace out. Now she's going to have some interest. There's a mystery, a mystique behind that. Now compare that, right, to me going up, asking for the number. The fact that she gave her number, maybe there was enough mutual interest there in the beginning, or, maybe she just felt obligated because I had put her on the spot. Who knows, right? But then by, delving into this whole thing about like, oh, thank you so much, and da-da-da, it just shows the overwhelming attachment I had to the outcome, right? So I believe in dating, the way we present it is we just be ourselves. We share who we are. We communicate. We connect. We look to understand the person more. That's it. The female will choose you. They'll pick you. If you're somebody who's introduced yourself, connected to them, they know where you're at. They've seen you, seen your flow, your movement, your energy, your vibe. They'll decide if they want to take the next step, right? And you'll feel it. And if you feel it, then that's your cue in to, hey, why don't we connect a little more? Let me get your phone number. Let me get your social, right? So in that situation, what I wish would have played out, or what I would have done differently, is I would have just connected to her. I would have introduced myself. I would have, maybe spotlighted something that I noticed about her. Like, hey, man, I love those earrings you got. Those are really cool and unique, right? Connection, right? Just connecting, highlighting something. And then leaving, actually, going, hey, cool. It's been great to connect with you. I'm sure I'll see you around. Creating that mystery, right? And then maybe later on, I could have gone up. We could have danced a little bit or something like that. And then I could have asked her, hey, you're on social media? And, well, there wasn't social media. But then maybe I could have asked for the phone number or something like that. Maybe we can get together, right? So to leave space, to leave gaps, to leave a little mystery so they can pull in towards you, right, is a beautiful thing. Guys, our masculine energy, oftentimes we can be, decisive and directive. That's a beautiful thing, a beautiful quality. But we have to be careful because the feminine energy is more loose and relaxed and free and flowing. So how do you match those two energies, right? Understanding where they're coming from, they're probably less likely to commit, right? Not always. Everybody's different in their unique way. But they're less likely to feel if they feel your desire to commit in that situation, it might be overwhelming, right? Think what that feels like. You may have even experienced that in your life, right? Let me know if you have. But I think when we overcommit to something or someone who feels that, we start to feel uncomfortable. So by putting them into a situation where it's like, hey, can I get your phone number? I'm overly excited about you. It's already too much, right? They're already starting to back away. So rather than think of it as decisiveness and directiveness, be decisive with your intent, but have an intent just to connect. Be loose, be relaxed, get to know the person. Think of it like that. Like actually you're literally meeting somebody. Because the facts are, and this is the important thing, the facts are We don't know the full picture. For all I know, Dream Girl could have been crazy, right? Could have been nuts. It could have been a horrible relationship. That's what's that's the thing that is the mystery of the whole situation. I don't know what's the next step's going to look like. So if I keep that in my mind, keep that in my heart, and I move through the connection like that, I don't know if this is the right person for me or not, right? Just because she's attractive to me or looks a certain way or has, cute things about her personality, there's a lot more to that, right? There's a lot more that I don't know yet. So instead, just by approaching it in a manner of like, hey, let me just get to know you. Let's just connect. Let's rap a little bit. Let's flow a little bit. And if there's mutual interest, we'll just take that next step, right? So by taking the, gas pedal off of things, by reducing that tension, that energy, we get in our body more, we relax more, we can be more authentic, we can be more who we truly are. And that's the space that we want to connect from. Because I also don't want to put on a uber fake front, right? I don't want to pretend to be something I'm not. Because at the end of the day, that's going to catch up to us, right? So fortunately, I believe I was able to do that later on in my dating and relationships and get to a space where that kind of was my goal, was just to like connect, just to be loose, just to get to know somebody. And if things moved in a direction of more connection, then I would follow that and see if we were both still mutually interested in that, right? The mind, this is important for us to remember, the mind likes to create these like almost like these fantasies, right? Like you've probably all experienced that where you see somebody, you meet someone, and it just starts like going into the next thing. Like, what would life be like with this person and this thing and da da da, all the fun we'd have. And next thing you know, we're on vacation at the beach, and holy shit. Like, no, you're not. You're still right here. Like, those things could be true, right? But just pump the brakes a little bit. Get out of the fantasy, stay in the reality, and just take things one step at a time. It's our attachment to a fake reality, the fantasy that I just talked about, that causes us to stumble over ourselves, right? So let go of that attachment a little bit, that fantasy a little bit, and keep in the present moment and just move through what actually is, what's actually taking place. And what's actually taking place is you're just getting to know somebody on a deeper and more intimate level. Ultimately in relationships, we want to see people in numerous forms of their behavior and who they are, right? Meaning that you want to see how they react when they're sad. You want to see how they react when they're mad. You want to see how they react when they're excited, right? Because all those reveal different parts of a person. And we need to let relationships be an unfolding process, you know. I think to take it a step into life, because I always like to do that, I think we can learn, a lot of things about relationship mirror the game of life as well, right? And so when you think about life as we're moving through, working towards things, remember to hold our goals, our attachments to things loosely and lightly. We don't know the outcome, just like the relationship. You may have this vision or this goal, like this is what I want to do, this is what I want to be. But what if that's not the right thing for you? What if it causes you to, experience less joy and fulfillment in life? For me, I would have never thought I'd be doing what I'm doing now, right? Like, I don't want to say stumbled into this, but like all these things I had done in the past led up to a place where now I can share, these kinds of messages and the breath work that I share and this beautiful medicine that this healing medicine and modalities to people, in a unique way because of all these previous experiences. But if I would have just been like, I need to be this, I need to be this type of person or this type of outcome in life, and I didn't hold it loosely, I may have ventured down that road, and who knows what that would have looked like. I actually have done that before. I've pushed too hard towards things, and it never turned out right. So remember to hold things loosely. Allow things to unfold. There's plenty of people out there for you to meet, right? Just allow that to be a truth within you. And move slowly, move loosely, move lightly, and it'll all work out great. So I hope you enjoyed that little story. I've got more like that, man, and I'll just want to get on here with these talks with Troy and connect with you all. And, let's keep growing, keep living, keep building together. So make sure if you, stuck around this far, will you just smash that like button, subscribe, and maybe share it with somebody. That'd be really cool. So until next time, y'all, peace.